Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to an impromptu Thursday night Facebook Live with independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Teresa Harper. I'm located in Oregon in the United States, and I was excited to show my pre-order items that will be live to customers beginning September 2nd. Okay. I believe it's September 2nd. Let me look real quick. What does this? Oh, no, September 3rd. Okay, so this is the mini catalog for September to December 2025. I can show you the front and the back. And let's see if I can find this video so we can get started here. I can see who's on. Okay, nope, not going to work tonight. Let's see, hang on. I'll do it the hard way well, actually, it's going to be the only way if this doesn't work. Let's see. Let's go here and here. I should showing me live, yet it wouldn't show me the video. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we have anyone on. And here we are. So we have the mini catalog, September to December 2025, starting September 3rd and going through January 5th of 2026. Now, of course, some of these items may sell out and Stampin' Up! May not be able to get them before the end of the order period. So you will want to make sure that these will be mailed this month, and you'll want to make sure that when the catalog goes live, you get your most wanted items right away before they sell out so that you'll be able to have what you need. Sorry. I was pulling a piece of paper out from underneath my camera stand and I shook that camera. Hello, Cynthia. So hopefully this all looks good. Yep, it's looking pretty good here. So we've got that. And again, September 3rd goes live to customers. And then we were also, as demonstrators, allowed to pre-order from the, excuse me, September 2025 online exclusives products. And so I have some of those too. Now, I may not necessarily know which is which off the top of my head. I did just get the box today and I opened it like, hi, Tracy, like 15-20 minutes ago. And so you're going to see this stuff live with me. And let's start with some bundles. Now, we've got the Amber Autumn stamp set. And there's a look at that. This is a 7-piece cling mount stamp set, meaning that it's red rubber. This comes in a suite called the Autumn Toile suite. There are 2 die sets, or 2 bundles, 2 stamps, 2 dies. Of course, you can always purchase everything individually. And these are the dies that go with this Amber Autumn. I haven't had a chance yet to run this through. You're going to love this, though. It's going to be beautiful. So let's go ahead. We'll set that aside. Try and put that back in its case. And then, so this is actually in the September to December mini. And then along with that Autumn Toile suite is also the Autumn Trees. This is also a cling mount stamp set, meaning red rubber. And again, a 7-piece set. And then the dies that go with this, there's 2 cards. Wow, look at the size of that tree. And then you get this beautiful silhouette of the deer with some, looks like cattails and some rocks or grass there. And this is, you can cut this separately, or you can cut this. Well, this isn't going to cut all the way around. It's just going to cut. So you're going to need to cut this, and then this will put texture in your tree, and it will, this outline will also cut this large tree. These images here are at only 90%, so that is the full size of that tree. Okay, so we're going to be able to do some cool things with those dies. And in addition, then you get this die, which will put texture on your large tree. It's going to cut out some leaves. And then you've got this smaller piece. And again, this one is going to cut out the tree image, and this is going to give you texture. Okay, then you've got a couple of, it looks like one of these is going to cut out, it's going to cut out these two images, and then the deer. The only image that isn't going to cut out with those dies is this one, and this one's just meant to put texture. Okay, so you've got those. Pretty nice dies. Can't wait to play with those. Okay, let's see. What else is in that suite? We've got the Autumn Toile Designer Series paper. And let's just open that up. That I have not done. So we've got this sheet and a brown check pattern on the back. Oh, and with this one, you get 3 sheets of each. So there's going to be less designs, but you get 3 sheets of each. Oh, that is so beautiful. Love, love, love those pumpkins. And then you've got the basic patterns on the back. So you get 3 sheets each of 4 double-sided designs rather than 6 designs, double-sided designs, 2 sheets. Okay, so that is that paper. Okay, let's see if we can get that back in without damaging it. And I'll set that on the floor. And then let's see, there is an embossing folder that goes with that as well. This is part of the no, this is gathering leaves. This is a different one. Never mind. Well, let's just look at it because I'm not sure what goes with what. This one looks like it should go with that one. But anyway, this is the pattern that you're going to get on those leaves. And just so you know, it is one of those very large dies. And this appears to be a 3D embossing folder. Even though it doesn't say 3D, the thickness says it is 3D. Okay, so we've got that. Let me set that aside. And, this is the ribbon that goes in that suite. This is called Irregular Weave Trim. And is it going to let me have it? Yep, there we go. Okay, so this is kind of a stiff ribbon. Very open. Let's see how it ties. Because I know people always want to know that. That's the first thing I want to know about ribbon is, does it tie decently? That's going to be a bit of a challenge. It makes a nice flat bow, that won't add any bulk. So you can make it work, and I think it would work better on my bow jig. So it will work nice on cards because it'll be nice and flat and not add extra postage. Okay, so let's go with traditional labels. This is also part of a suite. And so we've got all these different sentiments, holiday sentiments. 'Tis the season, sending love and joy. Of course, you can use that all year long. Here you can do merry and bright, or you can do merry and bright. Christmas cheer, sending cheer, Christmas wishes, sending Christmas wishes, and then there's all these labels that go. And I'll be making a die chart and showing you guys this in a future video. But oh no, hopefully I don't get that too close. And you can see that each one of those dies has texture that is going to be embossed on the die when you cut it out. Okay, let's see, maybe I need to move it a little this way to get a better shot. It's hard to tell where I need to go, especially when it takes, what are the measurements of the tree? Okay, Tracy, I'll look in just a moment. I'm trying to get this so you guys can actually see that. Yes, they look like they're going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so let me pull that tree, and I'm going to measure that tree for you. That tree is, whoa, about 4 3/4 inches tall. That is a very large tree. Well, that's how big the stamp is. Let's see. I bet you have to put that. Well, 4 3/4. They'll still fit on a 5 1/4 inch. Yeah, 5.5 inch card. So there you go. That's the size. Let me see if I can get that so you can. There we go. Get that there. Let's see. Come on. Catch up with me. There we go. Now you can see the size of that tree. Okay? And it's about 3.5 inches wide. Maybe a little smaller. Okay. So that is that. Now what do I do with those dies for that? Right there. Okay. Traditional labels. And then along with the traditional labels, we have, oh, where's that other one? Where'd it go? I know I got it. Oh, I set it right here with the wrong dies. That's what happened. That's what threw me off. Okay, hang on. Just there they are. I'll set those there. Okay, so we have the Christmas greenery stamp set. This is photopolymer because it's a two-step stamp. So like this poinsettia here will color in the poinsettia here. These are going to color, this is going to color in these three, and this is going to color in these two. So you won't have to do all that coloring if you don't want to. And so this is a two-step stamp set. And then along with that, we have the Christmas greenery dies. So that's going to give you an idea of how big those items are. This is a pretty long sprig bough. It's about 4.5 inches long, that bough. And this poinsettia spray is about 4.5 inches. Okay, and then you've got this really large leaf here. Again, about 4 inches. So that's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, now this set also has, let's look and see if I can, these are the gems that go with that. These are called traditional sparkling sequins. And I haven't had the chance to write the colors, but this looks like gold, balmy blue, I'd say granny apple green and cherry cobbler, but I could be wrong. But that's what it looks like offhand to me. So those are that. I did not get, this has a red shiny ribbon that goes in this suite, and I did not get it because it was 1/2 inch ribbon, and I find it very difficult to use 1/2 inch ribbon on cards, so I didn't get that. It does have designer series paper. The designer series paper is called Traditions of Christmas. That's the name of the suite, Traditions of Christmas. This is a specialty paper. Okay, so you've got gold foil in this, and the colors are cherry cobbler, old olive, pool party, real red, secret sea, and gold. So those gems would be cherry cobbler and old olive, along with pool party and gold. But anyway, so we've got this, and this is the back side of it. Okay, and then we've got this one. Look at all that beautiful gold with the pool party and that pink. I love that pink in there. And then on the other side, you have this green dotted pattern stripe. Okay. And then we have this. Now, some of these, I believe the dies will cut these sprays. There is die coordination, I believe. So let's pull this. See if that will cut that. It's going to have to go this way. So you can cut those out of the designer series paper. And I'm guessing, and I hate the tape they put on these guys. Okay. This die is going to cut out those florals. Okay. So you have at least 2 dies that will cut out. Oh man, I just dropped my die. Hang on. I'm going to get that off the floor. Really? It doesn't want to allow me to pick it up. Okay. So we've got that. I'm just going to put those in here so I don't lose those. And so let's go back here. And then on the back side of this one, we have a secret C diagonal stripe. Isn't that, yeah. Tracy, you're right. Not a Teresa Harper card though. Stamp it, put a cinnamon on it, call it good. Yeah, I'll try. Okay, then we have this one. And the back side of it is a cherry cobbler polka dot. Okay. So there they are side by side. And then this one, wow, that is a busy, rich pattern. Busy. And the back side, Oh, look at that. Gingham. And I'm guessing this is supposed to be Old Olive. So, okay, so we've got those. That's what those look side by side. I think this pattern needs just a little small strip. Excuse me. And then we have this one. Those beautiful poinsettias. I love the little pink berries in there with the pool party leaves. And the back side of that one is a plaid. Okay, so there's that paper. Let's throw this back in here. And okay, then we're going to go to, this is an online exclusive. And if we're going to show this one, then we're going to show this one next. So this is called Homemade Treats. It's in the September online exclusives. This is an 11-piece red rubber. So you've got lots of baking things. And this is going to pair really well with the next stamp set. I love this rolling pin with the texture on it. And then it comes with dies. Or you can order it in a bundle with dies, and they don't want to come out. Okay, so there's those. We've got a cookie sheet, baking tray. So this is going to cut out all of these images, except for this background image, which is going to be really fun. And then you've got an extra each to cut the candy canes, gingerbread man, and the stockings. So you can stamp and cut multiples. Don't you just love that DSP, Cynthia? Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, let me get this back in here. This one's being really stubborn for some. It's a very tight fit in that envelope. Okay, so we've got that. And then out of the annual catalog, or not the annual, the mini catalog, we have Gingerbread Man. This is a photopolymer stamp set. You've got different faces you can stamp in your gingerbread die. This face here doesn't actually, that's actually a separate stamp, just so you know. So you can change out all those faces. You get gumdrops and icing, and then, I'm not sure, looks like gingerbread crumbs. And then you've got your sentiments. I love this, oh snap. Okay, and then here are the dies. It comes in this huge envelope. Yeah, I like it when they give you 2 dies for the little pieces. So here is the dies, and the reason why it's on the big card is because this one die right here, it's hard to see with all these other dies. Let me see if I can pop that out of there for you. Could have planned a little bit more and went live tomorrow, but you know what's the fun in that? So this is a double. It's going to cut you a card, and then it has the scoring line there for you. So this gingerbread guy is about 4 3/4 inches by about 3 5/8, maybe 3.5. Cut line to cut line, maybe 3.5. Okay. And then you get all these pieces. So you can make a lollipop and a pinwheel candy. And then you can make a bow. Here's a scarf, hot cocoa, speech bubble. Here, this cuts your gumdrops, and you get 2 of those. And then you have different faces that you can cut. I'm not sure those are going to cut so much as, it'll be interesting to find out. I don't know. And then some icing, stocking hat. Here's some more icing. This is going to be fun. Okay, now how did I take it out? Oh, kind of like that, I'm guessing. There we go. I'll put that back in here. So that is pretty big, but I imagine using the rolling pin and the small little gingerbread with this set. So I had to get both. Okay, so we've got that annual catalog. Then we have Delicate Pines. I think this is an online exclusive bundle, pretty sure. This is a photopolymer stamp set. There's actually 3 snowflake sets between the mini catalog and the online exclusives, and this is the one I chose because this is different from anything we've ever had, in that these images actually, the snowflake shapes are actually pine boughs. Okay, so really different. Plus you get a pine cone, some plain boughs. So you could actually, then this is curved. So I imagine this to make a wreath, and then you've got pieces to add. Okay, this says celebrate the season. It's the most magical time of the year and warmest winter wishes. These images are sold at 80%, so those images are actually quite a bit bigger when you look at them this way. See if that, no, that's not going to help very much. I need a different color of cardstock there so you can see better. And then the dies that go with them, you get 22 of these, and that is going to be fun. So you've got 2 pieces to make a pine cone, and of course some of these open dies are going to cut out the images from the stamp set, and this is going to be fun. You'll be able to make your own snowflake pattern with this and these. And then you get some holly berries that will cut three sets of holly berries all at once. This is an additional die, and this is an additional die, and so is that. And then these are going to cut these images. So lots of cool dies in that. I'm very excited about this one. Way different from anything we've had as far as snowflakes go. Okay, so let's, yes, they would be, Cynthia. A great cookie day card making time, along with cookies. Let's eat cookies and make cookie baking cards. I'm all in. Okay, so the next one is Jolly Delivery. This is a suite from a suite in the mini. I didn't get the suite. I think the only thing I got from here was this, I think. So this is a photopolymer set. You've got this bear, which Nathan says is the cutest bear ever. And then you've got a puppy carrying a letter. And I'm not quite sure what that is. And then you've got a cat with a letter bag over its back, some letters, some paw prints, mailbox, and then hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. From me to you, special delivery from here to there, sending merry tidings, Merry Christmas and happy wishes, and from the North Pole. Okay, so then we have coordinating dies, and this is what was so exciting for me for this bundle, besides the cutest bear ever. There are 2 cards on this one, so you can cut out all of these images. And then it also makes a box. So And the exciting part about this box is, let's see, I'm going to take this out and grab this. Of course, we will be making this in a future video. All right, pop off of there. Okay, so you have this, and this is going to be a closure. And then these 3 dies here, you're going to choose one. So let's say we choose the circle. And then this die here has 3 little notches. And you're going to stick these 3 notches in here, like so. And then you're going to run that through your die cut machine. Of course, you're going to want to tape that so it doesn't move and damage your dies. Okay, it's going to fit just like that in there. And then these are going to pop up and you're going to fold those up. And then this is going to stick in the middle and hold that shut. Okay. So of course I'll be demonstrating that at a future time when I've had some time to play. Because I'm not going to play and not know what I'm doing quite yet. So there we go. So that's going to be a super cool box. Yeah, you know I love my boxes. Give me a box set and I'm good to go. Especially when you only have to cut it once and not twice. Okay, so we've got that. Then we have, this is another suite called Gathering Moments. This is an online exclusive set. And okay, I think that's actually where that big embossing folder that I showed you goes, because this is one of the papers from there. So we've got Gathering Moments, which I didn't really need, right? I didn't, but here we are, we got it. So I had to have it for the toadstool for Abby, and you know I'm a sucker for leaves and acorns. And I love this little distressed background image here. So we've got some of those, because you know they got rid of my elements of text. It went into the last chance list, so that was a bummer. But now I'll have some more textures. And this is a cling mount set. And these are, looks like, yeah, larger than they're shown. So there's the actual size of those. And these are deeply etched with the lines to stamp. These are distinctive. So that's going to be a fun set. And then the dies. Here we go. We have some leaf dies. Look at the, whoa, those are big. Look at those 2 huge leaves with texture. These are going to cut out all the images from the stamp set, and then you get these 2 really large dies. Now, this leaf here is, again, about 4 3/4 inches by about 3 3/8, maybe 3 1/4 when you get from cut line to cut line. This is not going to necessarily cut. It might cut holes, but it's not going to cut the outline. So you're going to have to use this together to make texture. And the same thing with this maple leaf. So this one is about 3 3/4 inches tall by about 3 7/8 inches wide. Okay. Hello, Laura. Okay, so we've got that. You'll be able to go back and watch the replay and see what you missed. Okay, so there's that. Again, that was an online exclusive, and this, where did I put that? This Gathering Leaves embossing folder, this really large one, is part of that suite. Okay, I'm fairly certain of that, especially because it's called Gathering something. So, okay, so here is the specialty paper that goes with that. Yeah, this is a specialty paper. So you've got Cajun Craze. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and flip this. Ooh, oh my. Look at that paper. Yes, they will be, Tracy. They will be very good for scrapbook pages. Okay, so this is Basic Beige, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Old Olive, and Champagne Foil. Yum. Okay, so we've got those. And then we have this one. And the back side of that also has the foil. I don't know if you can see that in the, well, I guess this is the foiled side. So this would be the front. This would be the A side, and this would be the B side. Looks kind of like a tree trunk, but not quite. Okay. And then you've got, oh, pretty. Look at that texture. So beautiful. And then this is the B side with no foil. Come on, let go. So you've got, it almost looks like it has little X's or stars in the center. They're very, very teeny tiny. Can you see that? Anyway, okay. So there's that. And then this one is a plaid with the champagne foil. Very versatile pack of paper here. And then the back side of that has irregular circles with that early espresso. Okay. Yep, you can see that pretty good. Okay. Ooh. Look at that sheet. Very understated, but beautiful. You can see, if you look real close, some leaves in beige with the champagne, acorns, mushrooms, and then it has that leaf pattern here. Very pretty. And then it has the plaid background on the opposite side. Okay. And finally, in this one, oh my goodness. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And then this, the opposite side is like that dark early espresso one, but in basic beige and white. Okay. So that is the Gathering Together Designer Series specialty paper. All right, let me see if I can throw this back in here, or if I need to just move on and worry about it later. Let's see how well this goes. Oh, it's gonna go quick. Yay. Okay. So we've got that. And then one of those autumn sets, I think it's the one that's in the mini, which has the big tree, has the earthen tone metallic 12 by 12. So this metallic they are calling brown. You get 3 sheets, and that's what it looks like. When you get it though, they have it so that you can't see the brown. So if you order this and you're thinking, oh, I didn't get it, you did. It's just packaged like this so that this metallic does not get scratched. Okay, so there is the metallic paper. Okay, and that's part of that autumn toile suite. Okay, so we're getting close here to the end. Oh, and yeah, we'll go through the embellishments in a minute. I don't know what they go with. So, okay, so we've got signed design. This is a bundle. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, and it comes with a punch that will punch out these images. All of these actually will fit in that punch. So the nice thing about this is it's not just Christmas. It has Halloween, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and then here's just for a birthday, and Be Sweet. So you could use this all year long. And there is the punch. Sign design. Okay. And my last stamp set is called Etched Autumn. I know, I'm a sucker for leaves. Had to have this. This looks like, this is a background stamp. Red rubber, deeply etched. That's going to be beautiful. Okay, it's just a single stamp. And then I got the branching out dies. I'm probably going to kick myself in the bottom later, but I did not get the stamp set that goes with this because these didn't need it, but I needed the dies because look at those. The stamp set had some really beautiful sentiments in it, and then it had some leaves or some branches that you could stamp and put some pine and berries and things on, but this die set was a standalone to me, so that's how I purchased it, as a standalone. So you get 6 of these clipped corner rectangles, stitched clipped corner rectangles, and the largest one is 5 inches. Yep, 5 inches by 3.5 inches roughly, and the smallest one is 3.25, no, 3.125 by 1.75. Okay, then you get this long little berry sprig, some pine boughs, again a pine cone, and another berry sprig. Okay, so that's all the stamps and dies. And then let's go on. We've got some embellishments. These embellishments go with the autumn toile, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe these go with the other gathering together. I'm not sure. But anyway, these are called streaked dots. They're pretty thin. They do have a little bit of not much. I would say, hang on, I'm going to say less. Oh, let's see. Let's do this. It won't really stick, but I can really tell if I do this. Okay, so it's slightly higher than a dimensional. It's just a little bit taller. Okay? Just so you know how how big those are. Okay, those are all things I like people to show me. So I'm going to show you. Okay, and then these are called Cajun Craze and Gold Dots. I think these go in a suite too, but I couldn't tell you which one. These are about the same height, I would say. Again, let's check this again. No, these are about the same height as a Stampin' Dimensional. So there you go. And then for the last of the embellishments, we have faceted snowflakes. Why did I didn't. Okay, let's grab this again. Let's take a snowflake. About the same height, maybe a little bit less than a dimensional. These are how I like mine to be. If it's not any fatter than a dimensional, I know I don't need extra postage. Okay, and these come in, I think, Pretty Peacock, Cherry Cobbler, and Clear. Okay, I've got those. Called Faceted Snowflakes. I think these are an online exclusive. I couldn't tell you for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure both of these are online exclusives. This is in the Gathering Together suite collection, I believe, in the online exclusives. Early Espresso and Old Olive Linen Thread. You get those two bolts, and each one is 15 yards. I love linen thread. And then this is black and white and gold. So for this baker's twine, I think this comes as part of a suite too, in the online exclusives. You get the black and gold baker's twine. And then the white with gold baker's twine. And this one has 10 yards of each. Okay. And finally, the last thing, this is part of a suite, and this is all I purchased out of the suite. It's the Lights of Aurora suite. It's a beautiful suite, but you can only get so much, and I had to stop. So this is a 6x6 pad of paper. And with this one, I think these are supposed to go like this. I don't know. Whoa. You've got those. And this one, let's see if everything fits on the thing here. And that one, which this is actually going to go like this, I think. And then you have this one. So you have 5 double-sided patterns. Okay, so let's look at the back side. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to get 8 sheets of each front. And this one's just pretty much a plain back. It has a little bit of texture in it, but hardly noticeable. Okay. And then this one is like a berry burst. I'm going to say Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather. Highland Heather. That looks like Lost Lagoon. Yep. And Gorgeous Grape. Yep. So the colors in this paper are Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, and Very Vanilla. The really nice thing about this paper is if you're not going to use this side, which if you get the bundle that goes with it, you'll definitely want to do that. But the backs are so versatile for lots of different projects. Okay, so that is my pre-order. I think that is everything. Okay, so again, those products will be available for for order beginning September 3rd to customers. Of course, if you want to be a demonstrator, you can join now. I'd be happy to have you on my team, and you can put them in your starter kit. All right, so thank you so much for joining me for this impromptu. Yeah, Tracy, I am too. I can't wait to get started playing, but you know, there's a lot of work to be done before I can play because I have to label and make my dart charts and do all that stuff first. But I'll get on that and then I'll start playing. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. where we'll actually be having some tutorials. All right. Good night. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.